This is Chunk Danny, my Semi-Xtreme Onechunk Ironman account. I started here in Edgeville. I stayed here until finally I was able to slay Obor and steal his Hill Giants club. I've been to Lumbridge, where I had to get a 70 smithing using only silver bars or crafting bronze items on a bronze anvil. Throughout my chunks I've earned my first 99, I've earned my first pet, and also my second. And after being at Soul Wars for several months, abusing the Spores of War before they finally got nerfed, it is finally time for me to move on. And if you consider subscribing to my channel, that would be the best Christmas present you could ever give me. At the start of today's episode, we are venturing into the wilderness through Edgeville Dungeon. And we're doing this because we are going to train agility for the first time on the account. At the end of the last episode, we achieved level 15 agility, which unlocks my first training method, which is the monkey bars in Edgeville Dungeon. Each time you cross these monkey bars, you get 20 XP, so it's actually quite a good method. I think you get about 13,000 agility XP per hour. But you might be asking, why are you doing this? And my answer is, because once we hit level 50, we can go through the Edgeville pipe, which takes us through to the Moss Giants room. And once we've gone through the Moss Giants room, we open up 2 long grinds that can have benefits for the account going forwards. These are Bryophyta and also Scurrius. These are extremely long grinds because in my rule set, I need to get boss pets, so I will need to grind the Scurry pet, and also Bryophyta drops the Bryophyta's essence, which is quite a rare drop, and also you need to grind loads of keys for that as well. So I am going to stay here for a few hours. I think it's about 10 or 11 hours it will take me to get the level I need. So I'm just going to sit here and click in exactly the same place for 10 hours in a row. The first small milestone in our agility grind is level 20. And with level 20 we can now access the Alcarid agility course. So I also have a quick task of getting a Mark of Grace. So I'll be doing that eventually as well. And the first clan announcement level for agility, incoming level 40. This unlocks us the Canifis rooftop agility course, but obviously we cannot access that. The best one we have is Alcarid. So I got to within about 150 XP of level 50, and I wanted to make a nice clip, do a nice recording of the milestone, but my daughter wanted to have a cuddle, so I just went AFK. I haven't been attacked the entire time I've been here, but I literally hugged my daughter for about 2 minutes and I heard the combat sounds. So yeah, I was just sat here AFK and I started getting attacked. Now luckily I looked back in time. Luck I had a 1-click teleport, so I managed to escape with my life even though I have nothing really valuable that I would lose. I thought I'd take the opportunity now that I teleported to Alcarid. I might as well get level 50 while I'm here, and it actually kind of works out because I still haven't got the Mark of Grace. So I've got from the end of level 49 to level 51. Hopefully I get it before that. What I actually forgot was when you're, I think it's 20 or 30 levels above the agility level requirement for a course, the Marks of Grace spawn really rarely. So I probably should have got the Mark of Grace first. But now I'm 30 levels above the level requirement for this course. It's actually going to be like touch and go whether I actually get it before I reach level 51, because the rate is really bad now. Why did I have to say that at the end of the last clip? Why did I have to tempt fate and make it so I wouldn't get the Mark of Grace before I hit level 51. So I now have the level requirement to use the pipe in the Edgeville dungeon, which is what the last 10 or so hours have been about. But now I am just running through the Alcarid course, which is about 12k XP per hour. But there really is no benefit at all to doing this over the monkey bars. I'm just waiting until I get the Mark of Grace. So I've done 50 laps already. So I wonder how many more it's going to be before I actually get it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got absolutely baited there. I thought that I'd got the pet or something because I wasn't expecting the Mark of Grace collection log to pop up without me actually collecting it. But that just tells me that the Mark of Grace has spawned. So we've done 83 laps. I'm 62% of the way through level 51, and I was level 49 when I started, and I've got one Mark of Grace. So like I said, the drop rate is appalling, but now we have done it. It is out of the way, and it's time to embark on a new area. I've just geared up for Scurrius for the first time. The DPS calc said that the rune crossbow with ruby bolts E would be the best DPS method, the quickest time to kill. So my gear is the dragon med helm with a power amulet, ruby bolts E, rune kite shield, rune crossbow, studded body, blue d-hide chaps, red spiky band braces, and leather boots. In the inventory, I will also have diamond bolts E that I can swap to at the end of the kill, and the plan is to use this setup until I get the spine drop so that I can make that into the melee weapon. I will combine it with a rune mace. But let's go to Scurrius for the very first time on the account. Okay, so for the first kill we get a rune full helm and a medium clue scroll, although it's pretty unlikely I'm going to be able to finish a medium clue, so I'm most likely just going to be dropping all of those. But the first kill I don't think was too bad. The main thing is just having stuff all over the floor, the bolts and the knives. With the writing on and stuff, it was quite like confusing. I couldn't really see anything and it was getting in the way of the falling debris. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how that went. It's going to be massive improvements obviously as I get used to it and I do it more and more often. I'd imagine it's going to be much quicker and much easier, more efficient when I unlock the Scurrius spine as well, so hopefully that doesn't take too long to come. And yeah, it's essentially now killing this until we get the pet, so who knows how long that's going to be. So the first 2 kills have been done and I used all of my prayer. Now I know you can prayer flick and I will be working on that so I can do longer trips, but just as I'm learning and just until I've got the right weapon, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. But the first 2 kills are Ruined Full Helm and a Prayer Potion. Now Scurrius drops a full 4-dose Prayer Potion. They're quite common, to be honest, so it's going to be nice to start stacking these up. The first, like, I'd say majorly useful potion on the account. They also drop super strength potions, but I'd imagine I'll just be using them as and when I get them, just to speed up the kills a little bit, because I'm going to be here for hundreds of hours most likely, so every little helps. Coming up to my 10th kill now, which gives me a combat achievement, which is the Scurrius champion, so that's 2 combat points, which is pretty cool. The kills are getting slightly better. We've increased our kill trips each time, so the first trip was 2 kills, then it was 3 kills, and now that was actually my 5th kill of the trip. New item added to your collection log on kill count 15. That is so much better than the drop rate because it is a 1 in 33 drop. I've got it on kill count 15, and this just opens up a world where I don't have to go around chasing my bolts on the floor. I don't have to worry about knives. It saves me inventory spaces, and it makes me be able to train my melee stats, which is exactly what I wanted. I also have a weapon where I can kill the rats really quickly now without any combat penalty. So now basically I'm going to travel to an anvil. I'm going to get my rune mace and I'm going to combine the 2 together, and I will have the bone mace, which is an amazing weapon. The bone mace has an improved accuracy and damage. It's basically like using a dragon mace, I believe. It's very fast attacking, it hits hard, it's accurate, it kills the other spawned rats very quickly. This is kill count 24, and this is actually the kill where I get the combat achievement Perfect Scurrius. So that's where you don't get hit by any of Scurrius' tail attacks, you don't get hit by any of the range or mage attacks, you don't get hit by any of the falling debris. And I was pretty close to getting it a couple of kills before, but this is the one where I actually finally get it. Well, I say finally, I'd say 24 kills isn't too bad to say I've kind of got it down, got all the mechanics down. Obviously I'm still using quite a lot of prayer, so I need to work on that, but essentially I've got the basic core mechanics of the boss down. So I just need to work on my timings of my prayers, make sure I'm not holding the prayers on for too long, so just flicking at the right time, because I want to stay here for long trips at a time. Eventually I want to bring some high alchemy spells so I can just keep staying here for as long as possible. I've seen some people do it where they use 0 prayer points a kill, so I'm going to work towards that, and hopefully that can make it more efficient for me. I can stay here longer each time, which will hopefully cut out minutes and hours of travelling between Scurrius and the bank. So this is just a quick demonstration of how fast you can kill the 6 rats now with the Scurrius rat weapon. As you can see, they just die instantly. There's no combat delay, there's no combat penalty, there's nothing. They just all fall over and die, which is beautiful. And with that is the final combat task completed for Scurrius. In my invent you can see I have some loot. I also had a lamp which got me a Slayer level, which is getting me closer to be able to doing Pyre Fiend in the future. But I'm currently collecting the rat meat because I'm not getting enough kills to fill up my invent. So the rat meat sort of tells me how many kills I'm getting per trip. So I'm getting 11 kills in that last trip. Got 2 rain chain bodies, an adamant plate, some coins, some lore runes, some death runes, and a rune med helm. So it's pretty good loot, pretty good alks. That's going to stack up monumentally throughout the course of this grind. Here comes the first combat level of the Scurrius grind, and it's quite a big one. Level 85 defense. And with level 85 defense brings level 1375, but it also symbolizes a quarter of the way to level 99. personally think that I will hit level 99 defense at Scurrius. For those who aren't aware, or who may have not seen it in the previous videos, I have to train defense when I do melee. This is because I have access to the defense cape in Lumberage, and part of my rules was that if I don't go for the defense cape, then my punishment is that I have to always train defense whenever I use melee. So level 85, a long way to go, but I'm getting about 80,000 XP per hour training at Scurrius. It's very quick, so depending how many kills it takes me to get the pet, it hit level 99 while I'm here. Another trip has been completed. I have no food left and I don't want to risk killing it again on 24 HP. But you can see in the invent I have 15 raw rat meat, which means I have 15 kills on this trip. And we have got similar loot to last time. 63k from 15 kills is actually pretty atrocious considering Scurrius drops so many alcohols, but I'm sure it will make up for it later down the line. Oh my god! A carved bone on KC 83 of Scurrius. I just don't know what to say. A carved bone is 1 in 5,000. And the pet is 1 in 3,000. That could have been it. That could have been it right there. The carved bone, I think, is the only drop rarer than the pet. And we've got it in the first 100 kills. God, man, a nice hit points level coming in here, and it is a beautiful one, another milestone level. It is now level 80, and we also hit level 96 combat, so that's looking beautiful. A nice defense level coming in, now level 86. And if you have a look at the HP and the prayer points, you can see that I have 48 prayer points left, and I've already killed about 12 to 14 Scurrius on this trip, which is showing that I'm getting much more efficient on my prayer flicks, my trips are extending, and sooner or later I'm going to start bringing alks so I can extend my trips even further. And at the end of this most recent trip, we have a full inventory, I believe, for the first time. Although 15 of those are raw rat meat, I have actually done about 25 to 30 kills in this trip. I've only collected the raw rat meat where I have a spare inventory space. So we're getting beautiful loot, we're stacking up the prayer pots, we're stacking up the alcohols, we're stacking up the coins. We're getting some nice lore runes, though we haven't got any in this inventory. We're getting some nice juicy lore rune drops which will help towards the mage training arena. But yeah, it's a bit of a slog, but we're getting through it. We're getting really close to actually having another 90 skill on the account, and we've reached level 87 at kill count 211. So this kill is getting quite sketchy. I'm down to 8 HP and Scurrius still has 137 HP left. All it takes is one misclick or the rats to actually hit me and I am toast. It doesn't really bother me if I die though. My respawn is set to Edgeville, so if I do actually die, it resets my health, it resets my prayer. Plus I can actually go to the death place and regain all my stuff. So that actually really is no downside to me dying. If anything, it just resets my trip and I can come straight back. But I just wanted to try and finish off the kill, and yeah, there we go. Beautiful. So he kept the composure at the end there and kept all the prayer flicks up and got a bit lucky as well with the rat RNG. But that is the end of another trip. 4 rune chains, 4 rune battle axes, 2 addy plates, 2 rune square shields, and some nice lore and death rune drops. 343,000 coins on that trip. We're up to KC 215. And 20 kills later, on KC 236, we hit level 81 hit points. Another defense level coming in here, and it gives us a combat level, which is now 97, and our defense level is now level 88, so that is rising very nicely indeed, closing on level 90 now. A lot of the clips, obviously when you are killing a monster for a rare drop, are going to be very similar. It's going to be, I've just killed this monster X amount of times, and now I'm another level, and now I'm another level, and now I'm another level. Oh, and here's the same loot, and here's the same loot, and here's the same loot. So I'm going to try and minimize the amount of clips I show, because it is going to get very samey. However, I thought I would take some time to explain why I chose Scurrius, why I chose the agility method to unlock Scurrius. Now, for those who have been following my series will know that I was at Soul Wars for many months because I needed to get enough zeal for all of the unlocks there, and I needed the Dragon Medhelm. And I was pretty sick of that place. I also have a task of level 70 prayer. Now, I could have just stayed at Soul Wars grinding zeal, but it was kind of soul crushing to me. I just wasn't enjoying it. I was just dreading logging in. So I thought, you know what? Eventually I'm going to unlock Scurrius anyway. Eventually I'm going to unlock Bryophyta anyway. So why not use Scurrius for prayer training? Scurrius drops spines at a 1 in 33 rate, and you can trade these spines in at Historian Aldo just outside the Scurrius' lair for 3,500 XP per spine. Now, the calculations aren't perfect, but it works out that I have to kill about 3,500. This is assuming I'm on the drop rate for the spine. This is assuming I get 1 every 33 kills. But the stats work out where if I kill just over 3,000, which is just over the drop rate, I should hit level 70 prayer, which would mean I can go back to Soul Wars and I can buy the Soul Cape, and I can complete that task as well as work towards the Scurrius pet, which is what I'm going to have to do in the future at some point anyway. The problem is, I am incredibly dry on spines. According to RuneLight, I am in the bottom 9% spines drop. I have 6 spines in 311 kills. We're nearly at 400 kills now, and I thought I would just do a quick little bank update just to show the sort of loot we've got in nearly 400 kills. 33 rune full helms, 22 rune battle axes, 28 rune chain bodies, 16 rune plate legs, 23 rune square shields, 23 rune med helms, 7 Scurrius spines plus the one that made the weapon, so that's 8. That's still about 1 in 50, and also 21 prayer potions. Well, hey, we've got our 10th Scurrius spine on KC 429, so that it's come down from 1 in 50 to about 1 in 43. So it's getting better, but it's still far from ideal. There is now only 16% drier than me, so we are now in the top 84%. KC number 500, and if we have a quick look at the collection log, we still only have 10 spines. There is now only 6% of people drier than me on the spines, and the spines was an actual huge factor into why I unlocked Scurrius in the first place. So yeah, it's not looking good. No. No. My second carved bone. My second curved bone at Scurrius in 500 kills. What are the chances of that? 1 in 5,000. And I've got it twice. I'm going for a 1 in 3,000 drop. And in 500 kills, I've got a 1 in 5,000 drop. The only drop that's rarer than the one I'm going for. And I've got it twice in 500 kills. What sort of sick game am I playing here? Nah. I'm logging out. Nah, fuck this. I'm not playing. A huge level coming onto the account now. Level 90 defense. It doesn't come along with a combat level, but that doesn't matter. We are now 9 levels away from being able to wear a defense cape and getting my second 99 on the account, which is beautiful. Oh my god, finally, another Scurrius spine. Do you guys remember a few clips ago where I got my 10th and it was 429 KC? I've now got 12 on 568. It's a 1 in 33, and I've got 2 in 140 kills. Like, that's the sort of dryness that's happening right now. Death, I think it's time to take a bit of a break from Scurrius. I've got about 4.5 mil worth of loot so far, and that doesn't take into account coin drops. I've also got a 5 million cash stack. So now I think it's time to attempt some Bryophyta. I've done about 650 kills of Scurrius, so I'm just getting a bit, I don't know, bored. So I thought I'd just try a Bryophyta, see if I can get really lucky on the Bryophyta's essence. The first thing I'm going to say is Bryophyta is much easier to kill than Scurrius and much quicker to kill than Scurrius. However, in a member's world, you get poisoned a lot. Luckily, I have quite a lot of strange fruits in the bank, but I think after I've done my combat tasks and everything, I'll probably go into a free-to-play world and just cast fire spells, because you don't get poisoned in free-to-play worlds. A combat achievement on KC5, the Bryophyta champion. The combat achievements are very similar to Obor's combat achievements. They're both the free-to-play giant bosses, so the combat achievements are very similar. Now if you look at the invent, I'm getting some good drops, and drops that are very helpful towards my Mage Training Arena grind. Now obviously I have a task to get everything in the Mage Training Arena, but one of the biggest issues I had towards this was the amount of lore runes I need and the amount of cosmic runes I need. Now, Bryophyta, when you loot the chest, has a chance of dropping 100 lore runes, which is amazing for me because that is exactly what I got on my 4th kill, and on my 6th kill I get 100 nature runes. Even though I have thousands of nature runes in the bank, it's still nice to keep the stack of those quite high. And then on kill number 7 we get 100 death runes as well. I've got thousands of those too. But at the end of the first trip we managed to do 8 kills. Poison was the biggest factor here in why I ran out of food. I used all of my string fruits and a lot of my food too. So I think it's best going forward, once I've done all the combat achievements, to try in free to play just to see. So I decided to come back with a free to play setup. I'm using a rune sim and I've got a rune kite shield on. The kills are a lot slower, I can tell that already, but it is nice to not have a poison tick constantly on me, which is what happens in members worlds. However, I'm opening myself up to more spawns of the deathlings, whatever they're called, because the kills just taking longer and I can't hit as high as if I'm using the colossal blade. So more of these little tree things spawn every kill. But we're just doing this to get the combat achievement because we have to do it in a free to play setup. Fighting as intended, I believe it's called. Fighting as intended 2, obviously fighting as intended 1 is Obor. And this kill we get a mossy key and a rune med helm, so that is very nice. So I decided to come back with fire spells. If you weren't aware, moss giants and Bryophyta both have a big weakness to the elemental fire spells, which is why I can hit 27s. I'm not even sure that was my max hit, I didn't actually have a look at the splat properly. But this is so much faster than using a rune scimitar, this is so much faster than using the colossal blade, and it's going to be so much faster in general. Another thing that I would like to say is I am still doing this in a members world. The reason is because in members worlds they drop giant bones which you can bury for 150 prayer XP, which is genuinely amazing. In free to play worlds, yeah, they don't poison you, but they also don't drop the bones that give 150 XP. So for now I am going to stick in the members worlds. I'm going to fire blast some Bryophyta and hopefully I'm going to get lucky. We'll just stay on board with this kill. I think this is KC 19, is it? A nice juicy 150 prayer XP loot and a quick lootation of the chest, and we get 100 death runes. Nice. I am down to my last 10 keys. I've got 26 kills and lootations of Bryophyta's chest so far, so I'm just going to play the next few kills and loots to some music, as me commenting, oh, more runes, is probably getting a bit boring. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so that's 37 Bryophytas killed. We don't have the essence yet, but obviously it's a 1 in 150 drop rate, so we're only about a fifth of the way towards the drop rate, so we can't be upset that we don't have it yet. We could keep killing Bryophyta, but I believe I've only got 2, maybe 3 mossy keys in the 35 keys that I had. So I think it's going to be more beneficial just to go make camp at the moss giants. Work's quite busy, so I can't really go and do stuff that requires me to be paying loads of attention to the screen, because I am actually busy with my emails and my calls. So I'm just going to go camp at the moss giants. I'm not going to set myself a target of how many keys. I'm just going to set myself a level goal. I'm going to probably get 1 or maybe 2 defense levels. And then I'll just full send the entire amount of keys. Instead of worrying about drop rates or anything, I'll do it on a purely time basis. Okay, so I didn't realise how close to a defense level I was, so I'm going to get level 92 defense, and then once we've hit level 92 defense, I will full send all the keys I have got. So it should be between 3,000 and 4,000 moss giant kills to get to level 92. So there's a good chance of getting about 20 odd keys in that time. We have been lamping Slayer in the background, and with this most recent lamp we've hit level 30, and with level 30 we can kill Pyrofiends. It's probably going to be Slayer that I keep on lamping, because eventually I'm going to unlock a chunk that's going to have a Slayer requirement to kill a monster, and it would just be really cool if I could just go and kill it straight away. Not sure what that would be, but it's just nice to be prepared nonetheless. We are 3/4 of the way through towards 92 defense, and we've just got a hit points level of level 84. We've got 15 keys, so hopefully I can get 5 or so more before I hit level 92 defense. It would be nice to have 20 keys just to be able to burn through, and then if I don't get the essence in those 20 keys, I'll come back and get 93 defense, and I'll do it that way. I have killed 8,682 moss giants on this account so far, and I've just hit level 92 defense, so that is halfway to be able to wear the defense cape. And I've also hit 99 combat, so max combat everyone, so throw me a grats in the chat. But anyway, yeah, I'm slightly below the drop rate for mossy keys. I should roughly have 57, and I've got 53, so considering how dry I was when I first started my moss giants, I had 2 keys in the first 1,000 kills. I've done pretty well. However, I am going to stay at moss giants until I get my 20th key, because 20 was my target, and yeah, I'm just kind of like a bit pissed off that I've just won off it, so I'm just going to stay here until I get the 20th key. A curved bone. What is going on? This is my 3rd curved bone of the video. 2 at Scurrius, and 1 at moss giants. What? What are the genuine chances? I've killed less than 5,000 moss giants this video, and I've killed about 600 Scurrius, and I've got 3 curved bones. Hey, finally my 20th mossy key, and a Raynar seed on the very same kill. That is absolutely beautiful. It took about an extra half an hour after the curved bone to get my 20th key. So without further ado, I'm going to gear up, and I'm going to try my luck again at Bryophyta with these next 20 keys. Yes! I got the essence on KC52! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so happy. That is so spooned. Oh my god, yes. Oh my gosh. 9.2 mil Bryophyta's essence. Bryophyta is green logged. Now I just have to focus on the Scurrius. Oh my god, yes. I'm so happy that's out of the way. 64% are drier than me. Oh my god. Obor complete. Bryophyta complete. Scurrius.
Guess what, son? You're next.